Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today with the July update for the Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 mod project, and we have another huge batch of photos to go through today. So without further ado, let's dive straight into this, starting off with a message from MrMattyPlays as always, saying, one thing I feel I must reiterate is that this is a side project for the Road to Liberty team and the others involved. We are doing this because we enjoy it, not because anyone is entitled to it. There is and never will be a set release date because we are not a professional studio, and unfortunately, I can't predict the future. Now, I'd like to go over the new team members this month. We have some assets coming from Rice Cakes. Stark Hornet is joining the Interiors department. Stealth Suit Mark II is joining as an artist for the project, and Alex H1 is working on the 32 pistol. So the main thing I want to obviously focus on here is the initial message that this is still a side project. No one's really entitled to this, and there's not going to be a set release date. This might be because some additional pressure has come upon the team, considering the fact that this project has gained a lot of attention throughout the gaming industry, and rightfully so. It looks incredible, but I also think that's because people are seeing these areas being recreated and thinking that the game is close to done, and what we need to realize is we're not seeing any AI being scattered about. They still have to recreate all the quests, make them work properly together. Right now they're getting all the pieces into place, and then they're going to start probably working on quests. I don't want to speak for them too much, but just based off what they're saying, that is my assumption, that there has been a lot of pressure on them, and it's good that they continue to treat this as a side project. Yes, that means we have to wait for it a little bit longer, of course, but with that, they're not going to burn themselves out on it. They're doing it as a hobby, and that's where some modders really stand on how they create their mods. They like to treat it as a side thing, not their full-time job. Anyway, let's start off with the first photo, which comes from Dogtooth and Unoctium. It is the Hellfire Power Armor from the Enclave, and oh my, how beautiful does it look. Obviously, Fallout 4 was missing the Enclave, so it's really cool to see this power armor featured in the Fallout 4 engine, seeing how awesome it looks updated. And now onto the 32 pistol that was mentioned in the second paragraph I covered. This thing's looking very sexy, high detail. You can even see some dirt on the end of the gun. I mean, geez, guys, that's some serious detail. And probably the biggest blast to the past for me personally is this set of photos here showing off the classic 10mm pistol, the first gun you acquire in Fallout 3. As you're exiting the vault, Amada hands it to you, hoping you won't use it, but you're still going to use it on her dad and really piss her off. Strictly for nostalgia purposes, this is one of my favorite guns. This is the go-to beginner pistol as far as I can remember in any Fallout game, so it just holds that special nostalgic place in my heart. And now seeing the Fallout 3 model of the pistol updated for Fallout 4 really gets me excited because it looked a little different in Fallout 4. Now we're getting a look at the classic metal armor by XGamer468, and oh my, just that level of detail you can see right on that back plating of the armor. I mean, this shit is not easy. I think I've said it before in these types of videos. I've tried modeling before. I remember modeling a revolver, and I only did one side of it. It came out actually pretty well, but the other side I forgot to entirely do. So just seeing this type of stuff, especially after trying it, even though I was a lot younger at the time, it just never ceases to amaze me how talented these modders are. And now you're going to be seeing some familiar assets from the Enclave base that we see scattered about when we're exploring Raven Rock, and we saw some of that in play in last month's update, so naturally, we're just seeing them all separated here together, so a lot of this should look familiar to you guys. Next is the Mason District Park, and it's actually almost hard to recognize this area because when I first saw this picture, I was like, what is this area? And I had to look it up online, and when I saw it, I was like, wow, there's a complete difference because of how Fallout 3's color palette is compared to Fallout 4. A lot of these areas and such have been recognizable, but this is one place that I actually didn't pick up on right away despite how much time I've put into Fallout 3, so it's crazy how much of a difference a color palette can make. And now maybe that 10mm pistol did not get you nostalgic, but I know for a fact what will, and that's the GNR building. There it is. Oh yes, let's go, man. 3Dog is returning. I cannot wait, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. NAF95 has been hard at work on one of the most key areas in the main story of Fallout 3, so let's keep moving on. Here we can see the Chevy Chase Alley. This is where you first acquire your power armor when bumping into the Brotherhood of Steel on that dead member of the Brotherhood who lays on that mattress. The amount of times I've been over encumbered at that point in time, I cannot count. But now you're getting a look at some of the ruins and streets that you fought through in Chevy Chase. This should all obviously be very familiar. Like I said, this was during a very key point in the story where you're about to meet Three Dog, one of the most iconic characters in the Fallout franchise, and oh my, this just is something special. And if this update wasn't already a home run for you guys with the nostalgia, we also have Paradise Falls. So I'm really excited to see it start getting populated. I do see one NPC standing next to the car there, but I can't wait to see it when it's fully running. And while we only had one shot of the Super Duper Mart last time, it was an incomplete shot. We can see a lot more of the Super Duper Mart has been rounded out in this month's update. In fact, it seems like the full store is completely finished. Afterwards, we're going to be taking a peek at the interior of the German police headquarters. This is a key location in the quest Big Trouble in Big Town. You go on a rescue mission here, then you bring it back to the town, and then you have to fight off all the super mutants attacking the town. Just a really epic moment in Fallout 3. Love seeing these types of locations, man. Bringing back all the nostalgia in the perfect way to wrap all of it up. Let's take a look at the interior of the Citadel. We get a quick look at the A-Ring and then the laboratory. And on the inside of this laboratory, there he is, Liberty Prime himself. Fucking amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I can't get hyped enough right now. This looks so cool. I know it's so far off. I don't want to go ahead and start churning up that hype train or anything because I don't want to put any pressure on the modders, but I can't help but get really stoked at what I'm seeing here. They are so talented. They are making such big progress just for this being a side project. So a special thank you to the modders for allowing me to cover these pictures and just really fanboy over them with you guys together. I think it's a really cool thing we all do here together, and I wish them all the best in their future updates. And once again, thank you guys so much for your hard work. If you guys would like to get involved with the mod itself, I will have all the links you need in the description down below, as well as a link to where I got all these pictures from, so if you want to share them with your friends or whatever, go ahead and do so. Anyway, that'll do it for me, people. I hope you enjoyed. Once more, let the modders know what you think about this in the comments down below. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description, as well as my Patreon. Do consider supporting that, as it fuels all the content we create here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.